very impromptu live stream. So I'm taking a break from writing. I am on chapter 9 of my book, which means I'm almost finished. My deadline is the end of the month to get it to for publishing, and so I'm almost there. And I just thought I'd take a break, and I haven't had a video up in a while. I promise I will. I just have to get this video done first. Is that you that's on, Jana? All right, Frugal RV Gal has joined us. Woo! So, bless her heart, we're camped together, but she hadn't had much of a campmate because I haven't been available because I've been writing. So I haven't put any videos up, and I did a community post that said, I'm sorry, I don't have videos out right now. Hi, Lisa Shipper, glad you're here. Anybody else that's on here, please leave me a comment so I can say hi and know who's here. And I know a lot of people are like, please don't always just do lives. And I promise that's not what I'm doing. I don't, Jana says, I'm here, Frugal RV Gal. My hair, you guys, hi, Tori, Matilda, Richard, you made it. Thank you. Richard was, just on chatting with us on and switched over here. So thank you, Richard. I don't always do live streams, but I haven't had a chance to do any videos because I'm trying to finish this book. And I hope y'all understand, and thank you for that. And I'm sorry my hair's falling down, and y'all are lucky I look presentable at all. I've just been writing non-stop, but I'm going to make my deadline. I will have it to editors and to my publisher by the end of this month. So that is awesomeness. Roman B, hi from Texas. So I love Texas. Woo! And Cody says, hey there, how are you? Nice to see you. Doing great, Cody. Good to hear from you. Tori, you should have joined us over on the Patreon only live stream, but glad you're here. Midnight Run Kennel says, sorry for the delay. I was hitting the like button. Thank you. There's 18 of you on here now, and I've got 4 thumbs up. If y'all can take time to jump over and hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. You might have to close the chat, but you don't have to close out of the live stream. And Sandy, Jam Van, good to see you here too. I was looking for, and Pup Camper Cheryl, hello darling. I was looking for my patrons on my patron only live stream, and maybe there was some mix up or something. But Richard and Frugal were the only ones on there, and I said, you know what? Well, I've taken a break, and I'm not writing right now because I set aside this time to do a live stream. I thought I'll just hop over and do a live stream on regular YouTube instead of for my patrons only. And so that's what we're doing. Arthur Leslie, great greetings to you too. It has been so long since I've actually tried to converse because I've just been immersed in typing and writing and getting this book finished. I feel like I'm stuttering. Literally, Jana will bring me food and I will eat. I mean, isn't that pretty much true? I will eat, and then I go back in and I keep writing but I think you guys are going to love this book. I love the character. This first book is kind of a lot of character development, but she does have adventures. But she is, she's fierce. And I put on social media that she had a dark past, and I told people to guess what her dark past was. And I'll be announcing if anybody won a book later. I said anybody that guesses what her dark past was would get a free signed book. And nobody has really guessed it, but somebody has come close. And so I'll probably announce that tomorrow on social media. And Tori, I just saw that you said you didn't know about the Patreon Live. It was I put it on a Patreon post Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. And said that I'd be doing the live stream today. So it would have been in your email inbox, I think. Arthur Leslie says, tell the truth, you've really been fishing.
Not since we've been here.
Not since we've been here, and we're on a lake, and now they are flooding the lake. I put a social media post out today. Tori says she saw the teaser on IG. Hi, Daryl. Good to see you too. But they're flooding the lake because they're going to start drawing from the lake because the nearby town of Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Nevada, Las Vegas, New Mexico, only has about 30 days worth of water left for the entire town. So,
Because of fires.
yeah, because of the fires. The largest fire in New Mexico history has ruined the nearby water supplies. They can't draw water from the rivers or the springs and stuff that they normally do and run it through their treatment facility to clean it enough because of the ashes and the silt and everything from the fires. That's how bad it was. And so they are running all of that water back down to this lake, which is Story Lake. And then they've got equipment coming in and they're going to pull water out and run it through special treatment facilities and equipment. And they think that they should be able to keep the town running for another, I think the article I read said 90 days. And then they're hoping after that there will be enough rains and everything to clear out the water enough that their regular city water treatment facility can clean the water enough as usual for them to supply the town again. But they have been so hard hit between the fires and flooding and now the water supply issue. You guys, the restrooms, the showers and everything here in the park, they're closed down. The restaurants and businesses in town, if they have any kind of food service at all, they have to use paper plates and plastic forks and stuff because they have limited supply every day to wash dishes. And so they can't even wash dishes. And there's something else that's closed down in town because they any water supplies. They here at the state park. It's a beautiful state park, but they ask that you not fill up your freshwater tank before you leave. And we're trying to minimize our water usage while we're here. But it's bad news. It's just really bad news. And Arizona is bad from the fires, Richard, but nothing like what New Mexico got hit with. I think I put on my, I'm not sure. It might have been the post before. In fact, I hear a helicopter flying over now. It was I can't ever remember the names. I put it on social media. Something Peak and something Canyon fire.
Yeah.
And how many acres? I mean,
825,000.
Yeah, 825,000 acres, something like that. And helicopters fly over every day because way out in the wilderness where it's inaccessible, they can't get to it, but they're still monitoring it because that fire broke out in June and it was so bad and so hot, they still have hot spots erupting. So every day helicopters are going out to monitor that. And yet where we are, I feel a little guilty where we are. It's beautiful. The fire didn't reach down here, big, beautiful trees, a river, a lake. I mean, we drove past it all coming in and you could see the devastation, but we'll be leaving here before they start draining the lake. I don't think they're going to drain it completely. I don't mean that, but they are going to have to pull a lot of water and run it through this portable treatment plant. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks I think I read that it's going to take a couple of weeks for all of the equipment to get here for them to set up a portable water treatment plant to keep this town going. Somebody said one saving grace is that school isn't in session right now because they wouldn't be able to turn on plumbing for the bathrooms or the water fountains or anything for the kids. And so it's pretty sad, but we'll be leaving here before they start all of that. And Daryl, I'm going to go backwards in comments. So I might confuse you guys, and I apologize, but I see that Daryl is asking, how are the temperatures there? We have enjoyed temperatures of upper 70s. The highs have been like in the low 80s, and that's been rare during the day, and at night it gets down into the upper 40s or low 50s. It's been perfect. Traveling Granny, hello. Sandy, Jam Van, the whole world is crazy now. That is correct. Desert Deb says, good afternoon from Barstow. I know. Tori says, as much as she'll miss the beaches of South Cal, she won't miss the fire season, and I understand that. But aren't you in near a forest where your new home is, Tori? I don't want I'm not asking you to share on the internet where you've moved to, but I from your pictures that you sent me, it looked like you were around a lot of forest. Daryl, yes, it is. Flagstaff and Williams. Okay, I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox here. Flagstaff and Williams is in an official monsoon area. There are very specific scientific qualifications for an area to be able to say that it has monsoons. There have been monsoon-like storms all over our country. But in the United States, as far as I know, there are only 2 official monsoon areas, and Flagstaff is one of them. And that fire I'm showing you again, Jenna. What was that name of the fire that we had to run from?
Pipeline.
Yeah, the pipeline fire that 4 of us were camped in the mountains, and we ran down the mountain, and that pipeline fire was right on our ass. I mean, Jana was behind me. We were flying down the mountain. We couldn't even go to Flagstaff because we were cut off. And so we had to go north and then come way back down to Williams. So we were very familiar and up close and personal with the pipeline fire. And then right behind the pipeline fire in that area came the monsoon rains. And so Flagstaff is experiencing flooding and mudslides and everything like you wouldn't believe because of the fires. And that is going on in a lot of places. But you guys, just because somebody says they had a monsoon or they're in monsoon season or whatever, that's just not the case all over the United States. It's very rare to be in a monsoon area in the United States. I got you, Matilda, about the rains and the trees around you. Hi, Tracy Jones. Thank you. Yeah, Cheryl, I know. As you know, both Jana and I are from Texas, and my relatives are still there, and we talk to them all the time. Oh, I should have texted my cousins to tell them I switched channels because I was on one live stream with patrons and then I switched over to public. So, oops. Hey, Chuck and Letty are on. Chuck and Letty are who gave me a safe harbor during the pandemic, and I they always have held a special place in my heart, but they are my earth angels, along with so many that are on here, Sandy Jam Van and so many others, but Chuck and Letty always hold a special place in my heart for that. And thank you, Chuck. I was just saying, I made myself presentable for the live stream, and that I was originally holding for patrons only, and so many people weren't able to make it on there that I switched over to a public live stream. I have basically, not pajamas, but I haven't gotten dressed or anything for days because I'm trying to finish this book. I will tell y'all that if you missed it, I am on chapter 9, which means that I am almost through with this book, and I'm on track to finish my book by the end of the month, which is what I have to do to get it published in time so that I can have print copies at my annual meetup. And I'm so excited about that, but oh good Lord, it has been grueling. Okay, I'm backing up, going through backwards through comments. Oh, Cheryl says, how about that huge darn snake that you put a picture on Facebook? Okay, I put 2 pictures on social media, and I think it was Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I don't think I put a YouTube post. But so we've been doing a lot of fishing until I started writing this book. Until then, we were doing a lot of fishing. And we were doing a lot of fishing, especially on the Cimarron River. That first snake that I posted, we're walking. Jenna, were you in front of me? It seems like you were in front of me and I grabbed you. Yeah, she was in front of me and I saw the snake first. And so I reached out and grabbed her and pulled her back. And it was literally, it right there. And so I said on my Facebook post or in Instagram, I said, does anybody know what that snake is? Because, of course, we didn't stick around long enough to figure it out. But I did stick around long enough, obviously, to get the photo. And one of my patrons, Sue, she said, I think that's a water moccasin. And I Googled images of water moccasins, and it sure looks like that to me, too. So, and they can strike twice the length of their body, which means that one probably could have reached out 5 feet, which would have way past us. So that's a little hair-raising. And then the other snake picture that I posted, we were walking this week or last week? This week, wasn't it? It doesn't matter. Yeah. While we've been here at this park, we're walking along. We're on the asphalt road of the park. And right there on the side of the road was this 5-foot-long snake shed of a rattlesnake. It was just like, holy cow. And so, yeah, it's snake season. You got to watch out for that. Tracy wants to know, Jana, if you're doing any carving today.
I just answered her.
Okay,
No, today was laundry day and grocery day.
And she even did some of my laundry so that I could keep writing. Just such a wonderful friend. Love you, Jana. But Tracy, I'm going to spill the beans on her. So she hasn't been doing any carving since we've been here, but she's been painting.
Yeah.
And she's a wonderful painter. And this painting that she's doing right now is just it's on a hillside, and it's an old corral that's breaking down, and it's one of those that you just get lost in it. And so she's been doing a lot of that. Midnight Run Kennel is on here. Let's see, who have I missed?
Randy,
hi, Randy, and that means Joni is with you too. I think you're still there with Joni. Hi, glad that you made it and glad that you popped in. Let's see. I'm backing back up. Let me see if I can catch up. Hold on, you guys. I think I missed some back because Sandy says, sorry she missed the Patreon live too. No worries, Sandy. I'm glad that you're on here, sweetheart. Love you. Norman in San Diego. Hello. Good to see you. Anyway, Arthur, I wish we had been fishing. I keep trying to encourage Jana to go fishing without me. But now, to tell you the truth, that they're flooding this lake, we're kind of like, if they can't treat the water well enough to drink it, do we want to catch fish out of it and eat it? It's like, so we're not sure that we will go fishing here, but we'll go fishing where the next place we go, because I'll be finished with my book by then. Y'all are going to love this character. She's got a very dark history, and she is, because of what happened to her, she is as adventurous and brave as hell. I just love her to death. Judy, hi, my friend. Glad that you're on here. And Karen from the Bay Area, welcome. Hey, Sue, you made it. Susan, aren't you the one that told me that you thought that might be a water moccasin? I just gave you credit for that. So if it wasn't you, let me know, because I looked it up and I think you're right. I think it was. And Tori says, you're the best, Jana. And yes, she is. Yeah, Tracy, she does anything and everything. She carves, she paints.
I just do a little bit of everything. That's why I'm not good at anything.
Yeah. She says, but that's not true. She's good at everything. Okay, so Susan says it wasn't her. So
Was that on Instagram or Facebook?
on Facebook, but you have to click on the snake picture. They didn't put it on the post itself.
Okay.
They put it on the actual picture of the first snake. I'm so glad that you guys joined me today. Thank you. It feels good to take a break. And even though, can y'all see this shelter we're in? Isn't it the coolest shelter? This park has shelters like this. And then there's Phoenix parked right in front of the shelter. And I don't know, can y'all see? There's Jana's truck camper, Penny. She's at the next one down. But it's so nice because it has rain some here, and we can just hang out underneath here, and it's been so great. I'm gonna try. If I lose signal, y'all just stay with me. I'll be right back. Oh wait, I just saw some more comments.
Was it Susan? Susan Ledbetter.
Susan Klontz.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another patron of mine, Susan Klontz, that left the that told me it was a water moccasins. Tracy says she likes the imperfections. Okay, Randy, honey, see you later. Thank you again for dropping in. Hey, Leslie, good to see you. She says, hi, Bandit Crew. I love that. That's too funny. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to show y'all. It's a little bit sunny. It may blow it out. But there's the mountains behind me. Isn't that beautiful? So see my windows here? This is my side window on Phoenix. We'll just walk around here. Hopefully it won't. And this is my back window. You can see my pillows propped up. And so you can tell where I've been sitting and writing. And that is my view every day as I write. And it's just gorgeous. It doesn't, you might not can tell too much. It's just beautiful mountains. And then the river is down here. You can't see the lake. I can see the lake when I'm inside Phoenix, but the lake is just beyond the river. It's just really gorgeous here. And then this way behind me is just open fields. So I just love, I mean, I get to sit there and do my writing. Sometimes I come out here. You can see I have electrical because we have hookups. I have electrical, and so I can sit out here let me plug my phone back in. As a matter of fact, I don't want it to run out, so I'm going to grab my cord and plug it back in. But I can sit out here, but to be honest, I've been staying inside because if I sit out here, you know, the park hosts come by, a neighbor comes by, or Bandit wants to go look at something, or I see a hummingbird and, you know, squirrel. And so it's easier for me to focus if I just stay inside and write. And Jana brought me Starbucks from town when she went and did laundry and got groceries. So I'm going to take a sip. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. And and please be sure and hit the thumbs up for me. Okay.
Thumbs up, like, share, and comment.
Yeah, there's Bandit.
Sammy's on her bed behind me.
Sammy's on her bed behind Jana. You can't see her because she's behind. Yeah, they can't see her. Hang on. Anyway, Sammy's back there in the... Oh, there you can. Can y'all see Sammy's little head? Sammy, say hi. Sammy. She says, I don't want to. Anyway, I about lost it when Jana came over and brought me a Starbucks. So I was like, oh my God.
Come here.
It's so good.
Oh. Right. What you doing?
He walks across the bench
He said,
to
"I
get
want
to her.
I want the plank. I want the plank. What you doing? Oh, honey.
I love Starbucks. Thank you again, Jana.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Debbie. Yes, it is a good view, and I'm oh my gosh, you guys, my cousin just texted me and says she just finished the edits on chapter 8. She does the initial editing for me, and then I send it to Angelique who has a doctorate in English and has been my writing partner for years. And she does the final editing. I can't click on that and text Cindy, can I? Because it'll cut me off of my live stream, won't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to try. I feel bad, though. Sorry, I'm back. I know, Tori, it's because I hit the wrong button. I meant to swipe and turn that off, but I swiped and made it buffer. Bye, Daryl. Thanks for being here. See, Sue, you closed on the sale of your house. Bandit, what are you doing? What's up? There's nothing up there, buddy. There's nothing up there. He says, well, usually y'all eat dinner there, so I'm just making sure you didn't leave anything. So Sue says she closed on the sale of her house. That is so awesome. And you've made an offer on a 2-bedroom condo. Oh, that is great news. We got, I think that's our neighbor's son that comes to visit her every day. Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry I hit the wrong button, you guys. Do you see Judy's question? I'm going to read it so that everybody knows what she asked. It says, what kind of things do you carve? I do Santas and little people. Yeah, I don't know where they went. I do Santas and little people. I want to do some relief carving sometime. She also did a walking stick that came out on and then stained it. Hey, Cindy, when I texted you, when your text came in, I hit the button and I like froze my live stream. And I thought, well, while I'm doing that, I might as well text y'all real quick. That's why it was kind of cryptid. I was like, live stream now, not Patreon post. Glad you figured it out. That's awesomeness. Anyway, I'll let Jana answer you, Judy, but she does all kinds of wonderful things. Let's see. They're backing back up.
Yeah.
People pulled into my campsite kind of, and there's nowhere to go. My campsite ends, so now they're backing back out. It's kind of funny. Oh, I wish you had your little guy here, your little elf, not elf. What is the little
Leprechaun.
Little leprechaun? Now he's going to the other campsite. People don't understand. Sometimes they haven't been to campgrounds maybe, and they don't know what they're doing. But you kind of don't drive up next to somebody's trailer or RV or, I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, they just went through.
Oh, but they had to drive past her trailer to do that, didn't they?
Well, they could have.
Yeah.
Around, but.
Yeah, so they just drove through somebody else's camp to get to the exit road.
Dang it.
You guys, look at my dog. Ben, he hung himself. Not really, but I mean, I have a lead on my door and he went through that lead to go check out those people that were driving through our camps. He went through the loop of the other lead. He's got oh, you're okay, Bubby. He says, Mama, did you see what happened to me?
You got stuck on that.
He says, did you see what happened to me? I hung myself. Come on up. Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Son.
Sammy went out in the sun. She's like, I'm done with the shade in my bed. I'm going to go out and lay in the sun now. Anyway, yeah, I mean, some people just don't know, but you don't drive. I know, Cindy, we are definitely family. I was like, she'll get it, and this is all I have time to do because I got to get back to my live stream because I had frozen my live stream during that time. But I mean, well, you know what? I got to show y'all. I just got to show y'all what he did because it amazes me that people do stuff like this. I guess I better unplug. Yeah, he got himself hung and Janet got him undone. He came over. So here's my road. And they drove between her and her pavilion to go out on the other side. And the actual road, I'll show y'all the actual road. So they came up this road, came here by my RV, backed up, and then went by her, my neighbor's RV, went down behind Jana's truck camper. I'm coming back. Sammy, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. I'm Sammy Joe. Anyway. Oh, y'all, look who's jealous. He says, Mama, Mama, Mama. Anyway, somebody had asked, where's Bandit and Sammy? I start to say Bandy and Sammy. I get their names mixed up all the time. Come on. Out your way. No, you got to jump. You going to jump? Or are you done? Come on. Nope, I'm not picking you up. He wants me to pick him up. No, I can't pick you up. I don't have two hands, Bunny. I only have one hand. I can't pick you up. Hey, Kathy, you made it. Good to see you. So Roman says she walked up on a water moccasin on a narrow trail beside a river. He reared up for a strike just as I saw him. Could see why they call them cottonmouth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if y'all go to, was that on Facebook where she put that?
Yes.
Okay, so if y'all go to Facebook and you click on the actual first snake, she didn't put it in the post thread. You have to click on and open up the picture. Then I posted a picture of what I Googled, and it looks just like a water moccasin. So I'm pretty sure she's right. We're really lucky we didn't get bit. Let's see. All right. Good to see you for real too, Kathy. Do all the campsites have pavilions? All of the campsites have pavilions, but they're not as nice as these. Can you see where that one used to be a window and they closed it in? Most of them, well, and even over here by me, you can see the seam where they closed the windows in. Most of them have an open window, and most of them don't have the wood beams on the side above the window. So that whole area is open, and they're adobe, not rock like these. I think these were probably some of the original, don't you think? Because on our walks, we have found original partial parts of original rock walls of whatever used to be here. And there's only 3 up here on this hill, and the rest of the park is down by the lake. So we're really very fortunate. We have gotten some of the best campsites just by luck because we hadn't been to these places before. So this has been so nice because we can sit back here in the back, and it can be raining, and we have my propane fire bowl that my cousins Mike and Cindy that are on here gave me for my birthday, and Jana has one, but we're here in my pavilion, and so we can sit in here, and it gets cold at night, and
It's nice and toasty.
yeah, nice and toasty. We turn that thing on, and of course I wrap up in blankets, and the dogs wrap up in blankets. Jana usually just puts on a long sleeve shirt. She's a tough cookie. And she doesn't need all the blankets and everything that I do, but we're just toasty warm in here. And you can see that we usually cook. Jana usually cooks outside because I'm inside writing. I've been getting up at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock in the morning, and I start writing so that I can try to finish a chapter a day. Yes, I sit here and wrap in blankets and sit and write, except I just showed everybody, Kathy, where I'm really sitting inside my rig and the view that I have. Cheryl says they have water moccasins at her RV park.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some here. When I do get around to posting videos after I get this book written, y'all see where we went walking yesterday. And I was like, we probably ought to have long pants on and some boots on, but we didn't. But we were careful. We watched what we were doing. Tracy is asking, do I have a name for my new book yet? I do. This first one in the series, and you guys, my first book about fiction, about stories on the road. Is that how you would explain that? I'm not
Short stories.
short stories about fictional characters and events on the road. Although I always joke that they were based on real stories, and I just changed the names to protect the guilty. But it was The Journey Begins, and I had thought that it would be the first in a series about characters traveling on the road. But what has developed is an entire book and a book series, not a series of short stories in a book. So this book, I think, is going to be 12 chapters long. It may be more. It may be. No, I think it's going to be 12 chapters long. And I just realized that today as I'm finishing chapter 9. And I have developed a character. Her name is Rhoda Hope Wilson, and she will be the prevailing character moving forward in the books as she travels across the country and has adventures and does her best to overcome her very dark past. It starts off in Texas, and she leaves Texas and heads west in this first book. You will recognize, of course, I can't help but interject a lot of the experiences I've had, but it's fiction, just like the short stories were in The Journey Begins. And I'm really looking forward to future books with her because she gets more adventurous the longer she's out, and she gets into more shit the longer she's out, and meets more people, of course. And so anyway, I just want to clarify that because I thought The Journey Begins was going to be the first book in a series, but it turns out that this one is, and it is Keep On Keeping On, because it's what she has to learn to do to try to overcome what the dark past that she is recovering from. And I had said when I wrote The Journey Begins that the next book in the series would be Keep On Keeping On. So I'm hoping that that connection between The Journey Begins and Keep On Keeping On will allow readers to jump into this book, even though it's a full book and not short stories, and it will be the first of her experiences. And she's a badass. I just really like the character. I don't feel like I feel like her being a badass will show up more and more in each book. But she's about to do something in either chapter 9 or chapter 10 that'll start showing the character that she is developing. And I'm just really proud of her. I would like to be her when I grow up. And so we'll see if readers agree, but I'm enjoying writing it, and I'm enjoying seeing where she leads me as she goes down the road. So that was a long-winded question, I realize, to the question, Tracy, of do I have a name for my book yet? And one of my longtime friends, her name is Marie. God, we've known each other for years. I don't even know how long. She put on, I think it was Facebook, that she answered my contest question, because I put an excerpt from the book, and I said, if you can guess what her dark past is, you'll get a free signed copy of my book when it comes out in November. And Marie said, she did her guess, and then she said, or you don't know what her dark past is, and you're letting us build the character for you. By then, I think I was already on chapter 7 in my writing.
Yeah,
I'm like, if I went 7 or 8, I was thinking, if I don't know what the hell her dark past is by now, I'm in a lot of trouble. But I knew that before I even started writing the book. So, but I thought that was funny. Anyway, that's a long-winded answer to your question, Tracy, but thank you for asking. Sue, you're wanting to know where Cheryl Pup Camper 58's lake is, and she's in Mission, Texas. Uh, I actually have been fishing on the Guadalupe River in Texas and had one, and I'm not, oh, this might, nah, I'm already giving it away. I literally had one fall out of the tree into my damn boat and had to flick it out with the oars. So I don't like water moccasins either. They're like, ugh. Anyway, and they're mean. People think, Jana just said earlier, she goes, they're just as afraid of us as we are them. That has not been my experience with water moccasins and rattlesnakes. I have seen rattlesnakes chase people. They get pissed, and I have seen them chase people. I mean, not like, on down the road, but 5, 8, 10 feet. They come out of their curl, their strike pose, and go after somebody and keep curling back up. They get very territorial, especially during nesting and mating season. And I've seen water moccasins be just as aggressive. So those two snakes, I don't know that I agree that they are as afraid of us as we are them. They're beast. Oh, living second childhood from the swamplands of Louisiana. You got your own water animals there. They're a little bit bigger than the snakes I'm talking about. Oh, Kathy, you're so sweet. I am not a movie star. I have friends that are, and it was fun to be in Nomadland and be on the set of the movie. And I am tickled to death for my friends, and when they got to go on stage to receive the Academy Awards. I cried for them. They're the ones that are the movie stars, and I'm so proud of them. Not me. Yes, and yes, Cheryl, they do try to get in your boat. They're mean little boogers. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I was in People's Magazine. I did forget about that. I was in People.
Talked about the book club. You're gonna.
Oh yeah. And I forget things. I've been asked to speak to a book club Saturday by Zoom. They are going to be at a library, and they're trying to figure out the technology. Did you get that email? I forwarded you. Jana was an IT director for a major city, and so any technical difficulties I have, I know that she will be able to help me. And they sent me this email about technical stuff that I need to do or be prepared for, and I was just like, guys, I don't know what they're saying, but Jana will help me. But that's so exciting. So this Saturday, I have to take some time out from writing, and I get to do that, and I'm so excited about that. That's just such an honor. Yeah, I forget what page I was on and what I've collected as many of the People's Magazine that I was in as I could. But it's me in a picture with Frances McDermott, who won Best Actress for Nomadland, and so that was really fun.
So what's the book club reading?
The book club is reading Nomadland. That's what made you think. She's like, hey,
Leave that too.
yeah, she's like, hey, Blondie. I just color my hair. I really have blonde roots. So yes. So the book club is reading Nomadland, and they contacted me and asked me to be their guest speaker. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, copperheads are very venomous. They're one of the most venomous snakes. But they don't, as far as I know, they don't come after you like moccasins and rattlesnakes do. And Shine with Nell is asking if they can join the book club. I honestly don't think they've told me. I'd have to go back and read the email.
She's gonna send you a
link
to the Zoom.
Yeah, since it's a Zoom call, I honestly don't know where the book club is. Whatever library that they meet at has a big screen on one of the walls. And she said they're already full, for that room. And so there will be a lot of people on by Zoom, but they're going to try to get me on the screen. So I don't, but I don't think she said what town or where they're actually at. I guess I should probably find that out. So Jana was very sweet. She went in and got my books. This was my latest, How Being a Nomad Saved My Life. It is the only nonfiction book I've written, and maybe the only nonfiction book I will ever write. It is about my life, and it was so hard. You'll see it is written, and Angelique is who I was talking about as my writing partner, and I'll tell you more about her in a minute. But I had to have her help to finish it. It was so painful to relive a lot of that, and then it was so joyful to be able to share how it saved my life. So it was a very emotional book to write, but that was my last one. Oh, and you guys, anybody that has read this, that has an idea on how I can rebrand what I have said the book is about, I would really appreciate your help. And I think I'm going to redo the cover and do another version because it looks like it's a children's book, and it's not. And what I wrote on the back and the synopsis of it doesn't do it justice at all. Oh, thank you, Tracy. She says that she likes How Being a Nomad Saved My Life is her favorite. Jana, tell them what your favorite is.
The Journey Begins.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the nonfiction book, but the fiction, out of all the stories, I love The Journey Begins.
Yeah, that's her favorite. If you have read this book and you can help me rewrite the synopsis on the back, I would greatly appreciate you sending me an email at debradoesrvlife@gmail.com. This is not a children's book. This is a book about basically the male pigeon, but it's about these pigeons, but it's about the entire wildlife in a forest, and he becomes a leader by example to help them understand how to cope with changes when the human population declines almost to the point of decimation. And they have to adjust to that, and especially he has to adjust to that. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you posting my email. Thank you very much. He ends up helping the animals in the forest adjust to that. Then when the human population starts to come back, he also he doesn't have to, but he ends up guiding them because he used to live in the city before it became a ghost town. And so he understands humans, and he tries to help them understand what they're going to have to do to live with the humans now that the populations are increasing. And as the populations increase, they start encroaching more and more on the forest. So it's a story about acceptance and letting go and rebuilding and faith, both from the animal's perspective and from the human perspective. And I just, what I wrote just doesn't do it justice. And anyway, so if you've read this book, please email me and let me know what you would tell others that it's about, because I don't know how to write that. This is Jana's favorite. It was my second book to write, I think, second or third. I lose track. I'm on my seventh, so I lose track. But this is her favorite, and this is the collection of short stories. I don't remember how many's in here. And for those of you that may not know, I have a brain injury, and God left me with the ability to write, and I'm very, very, very grateful for that, but I can't read. I can read 2 or 3 pages, but then I can't remember what I just read. I certainly can't connect the dots to keep reading. And if I'm writing a book and I wait too many days in between to get back to my writing, I can't remember where I was. And that's when I call Angelique or Cindy, and I get them to tell me where I was and what I was going to do next, or where they think it was headed, and then I can pick it back up. But The brain is so weird. I can write, but I can't connect the dots enough to read. But there are 5 stories in here. And it's, like I said, all of them are based on something that happened on the road that is true. But, and then I embellished it and made it total fiction and changed the names to protect the guilty. And I'll just leave it at that. This little bitty tiny book. Y'all see how tiny that is? This may be the one I'm most proud of. It is also a collection of 9 short stories. 9 stories in that little bitty book. But this is where I met Angelique. I don't even know, is her name even on here? Holy cow. I know she's in the dedication. But, yeah, her name isn't even on here. Squirrel. Right now I'm feeling very sad that her name isn't on the cover. I started, when I was in TBI rehab, traumatic brain injury rehab, they asked us all, what is the one skill that you really want to keep? And there was a cello player in there that used to be with the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, but she was in a car wreck. She was not going to be able to play again. But they asked each of us, and we all said what was the one skill we wanted to be able to keep. For me, it was writing, of course. And they assigned me to Angelique Giron, which has a company called Right for Healing. Right, not like right or left, Right for Healing. At the time, she worked with a lot of veterans with brain injuries, and she was in Chicago, I think, at the time. Now she's in New Jersey. We've never met in person, but all these years, gosh, I wish I could remember how many years. We've worked together, and her goal was to help me publish a book. She didn't care if it was short stories. She didn't care if it was one story. She didn't care. Her goal was to help me publish a book. We didn't finish it. I didn't finish it. We kept working on it. We didn't finish it until after I was out of TBI rehab. But this little bitty book and its stories in here are why all of the others have happened, because Angelique wouldn't let me give up, and it was so hard to think and write. And I went into TBI rehab in a wheelchair, you guys, and had to learn to walk again and all of that. So this is a miracle book, and 2 of the stories in here are 100% true. And you'd have to read it to guess which ones. So anyway, I don't know why I got off on all that, but thank you for bringing those out, Jana. All right, let me go see where I'm at. I think that's it. I talked a lot. Let's see. I think it will be fun with the book club, Richard. I'm looking forward to it. Oh wow! Living Second Childhood has been bit by copperhead. One of our my friends, you met her, Carol's friend. She got bit by a rattlesnake in Arizona, and survived. And her kids gave her a T-shirt that says "I was bit by a rattlesnake," and on the back, no, it says on the back "I was bit by a rattlesnake," and on the front it says "and I survived," which is kind of funny. Anyway, do y'all have any questions or anything? I'm sorry I talked so much. I'll sit here for a minute and let y'all gather y'all's thoughts. Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate you being on here. This is so good. Thank you, Jana.
Then it'll be time for lunch.
When I finish this, it's time for lunch.
Or dinner, lunch.
I got to get back to writing.
Supper.
Lupper. Instead of dinner or lunch, it's lupper. We have brunch and we have lupper. It's better than dinner.
Leonard.
I like Leopard better than Leonard. All right, you guys, y'all aren't asking me any questions or anything, so I'm assuming that you are ready to get off here. Thank you for joining me for this impromptu live stream for my break. It has been fun to take a break. Jana told me this morning, she goes, she said, you are probably going to enjoy having a break today. And she's right. Yes, it was Colleen. Sandy, I forget that you know her too. Yeah, I'm like, when they called, it was Carol Hike With Me that called me from the hospital and said, Colleen got rattlesnake bit. And then one of my other patrons and friends that lived in the area went to the hospital and took her some gifts and flowers on behalf of the Coco Fam patrons, which was so nice. And I just really appreciated that. And that was Peaches, also known as Patricia. Let's see. Yes, you can purchase the books on Amazon, and you can also, if you don't, you can look for my name as an author, Debra Dickinson, author. If you don't want to do that, you can go to debradickinson.com to my website, and it lists all of them, including the recipe book that Jana helped me get published, where a bunch of nomads turned in their nomad recipes for cooking on the road. And that's a digital book. So you can find them either way, either on Amazon or on my website. Sandy, thank you for helping me remember Colleen's name. I feel bad. All right, guys, great to see you guys too. Cheryl, I appreciate everybody being on here. Thank you so much, and thank you for the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and please consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month. I started to say a week, $1 a month. And that's where I try to keep everybody updated, even if I'm not able to get online. And I write a lot of behind the scenes stuff. All right, everybody. I love you. Thank you for being on here, and we'll see you down the road. Keep on keeping on and stay safe. Bye-bye.